Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Danny Vega.
Danny Vega from the podcast Am I the Asshole? Good to see you. Where am I right now?
We're in FiDi, the financial district.
Oh, fuck out of here. FiDi.
FiDi.
I've heard of Soho, then NoHo.
NoHo.
What if I just want to be on Ho? I guess it's in between those. FiDi. I never heard it called that.
Some people haven't. It's all over now. All the businesses say FiDi, CBD.
What's CBD?
You know, come on, you know CBD. You're fucking me.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a neighborhood.
Yeah, you don't know it?
No, it sounds like that fake weed.
It's Canal beneath Delta Street. You don't know Canal beneath Delta?
Are you being serious?
I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
They're coming.
I let Dumbo go, but Jesus Christ. All right. So you're staying at your friend's place. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. I'm really lucky. I saved a lot of money. I'm here for a wedding. So
who?
Andrea
Allen?
Yeah.
Getting married?
Yeah, she's getting married.
Holy shit
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I'm so happy for her. You know, she found a great guy. I love her husband. He's a really sweet guy. You know, he's a non-comedian, which is so healthy. And
right. Maybe because Keith and the Girl met her so young that it seems like shocking.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm not.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
Grown adult.
Am I a man at 34?
Hello.
You think I'm ready?
Are you in the groomsmen or anything?
No.
Is that offensive?
I'm just a plain Jane there. You know what I mean? But I brought my suit. I'm going to look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know how to tie a tie. And I was wondering, actually, if you could.
For real?
Could you tie it up for me?
That's funny.
Could you put in a little,
what's
that called, a half Windsor? And then I'll snug it up day of.
I could do that. Yeah, I couldn't do that for the longest time either, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then
it's hard.
It's and then somebody else was always around, so they did it, but once you realize you have to do it, if I taught you, would it be frustrating?
Very frustrating. I think I'm very verbally smart, but I'm actually really bad with my hand. I have horrible handwriting. I'm not good at manipulating objects.
Right.
I'm bad in bed is what I'm trying to say.
I just got back from Charlotte. I was seeing my lady friend, speaking of love.
Yeah.
And we got not the real hurricane damage you see on TV, but our power's up for 2.5 days. I'm surprised I'm here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Could have been the end of everything.
What did you and her do? Just kind of
board games with flashlights and candles.
Honestly, that sounds kind of cute and fun.
It was hot.
It was hot?
Yeah, it's sexy.
Wow.
It's fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Little Stratego, Connect 4, Battleship.
I love Connect 4.
Hello.
That's a game.
That's a game. And enough places had power to go out, like a pool hall, this kind of thing. And as a couple, we destroyed some people in pool. I mean, they destroyed themselves with the 8-ball, but we count that.
Yeah. Nice. Good. Pool couple.
And the bar happened to play one of my favorite songs. I don't know if you know this one, the Mötley Crüe song, I'm Jewish. You know this one?
No, are you serious? No.
Yeah. Ezekiel, Abraham, and Jebediah. Okay, here's the short story if you haven't heard it. I'm vacuuming, and I'm listening to Kickstart My Heart on headphones.
Yeah.
And I start singing it. When I get high on speed. Top fuel, funny cars, drug for me, my heart. And my dad ripped the cord vacuum cleaner from the wall and goes, I heard what you were singing. I know what you're listening to. And I go, what am I? Oh, when I get high on speed. And I'm like, honestly, they're sober now. They're saying it's not drugs now. It's just fun adventures. Skydive naked from an airplane. And he goes, that's not what you said. I'm like, what did I say? And he goes, you sang, I'm Jewish.
Oh, my God.
He pictures he's some kind of detective. He couldn't detect a carton of milk in the fridge. But it's so fucking... All these things he would make up that I was doing. One time he found a roll of paper towels, full roll, in the garbage outside. We'd burn our own garbage to save $1. We had to put up cinder blocks, as a border. And he found a roll of paper towels in there. And he goes, I know what you did with those roll of paper towels. I'm like, did a roll accidentally fall in the garbage, I guess, and we didn't see it when we took it out? He goes, no. I know you masturbated on the roll of paper towels.
Oh, my God.
But what?
The whole roll?
The whole roll.
Why?
On the it doesn't even sound like I used the inside. And I said that. I go, why? He goes, yes. Why indeed? I'm like, I didn't. I know you did. And if it's embarrassing you, we don't have to talk about it. But I know you did. And I know you wasted a whole roll of Then what have you been fucking?
What?
How does it make any sense? He found a battery once in the same garbage, and he goes, I know what you were trying to do. I'm like, what was I trying to do? He goes, I was going to light the garbage and the battery would blow up in my face and kill me. Okay, how do we move on?
Like a car battery or like a little AA?
I don't know if it was a C battery, a D battery, but a regular battery.
I mean, this guy really thinks that batteries are bombs.
I do remember we would have those scratch-off lottery tickets if I got my hands on one. And it's like, as soon as you touch the coin to it, it's like, now wash your hands. It's poison. That stuff that comes off is poison.
What? Okay, I have the inverse memory. See, your dad's like accusing you.
Yes.
I had the reverse issue. My dad one time found a condom.
Right.
It's just water. He just spilled water all over.
Don't embarrass me.
And I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. Like I'm in real trouble here. You know, he found a condom in the living room. And he went to me and he said, I found this in the living room. And I was like, oh God, like, what do you say?
Right.
You know, I had nothing. I was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, I assume you're using this to masturbate. And I was like, obviously, right. Like I would never even think of that. And so I brought it up to him like 10 years later. And I was like, you were giving me an out, right? You didn't want to bust me. So you're kind of handing me that. And he's like, no. I really thought you were using it to masturbate. And I was like, what?
Don't tell me you did that, Dad. Damn it.
Like, who does that?
Right. You're practicing. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time visiting there. I go there about once a month, stay for like 5 days. She can work from home, worst case scenario, but she gets time off. And I'm digging it. I'm in love over here, Danny.
You're in love.
What can I tell you?
So sweet.
Yeah.
And so on these days, are you like going on some dates, or is it very like decadent, or is it kind of a mix of like normal and vacation mode?
Normal restaurants, maybe a nice one once in a blue moon, but normal restaurants, like, you know, pool is fun to us, and arcade that has unlimited games is fun to us. So it worked out that it doesn't break the bank. If that's what you're asking.
Cute.
Yeah. And she was kicking my ass in those board games, but last minute I caught up and won a couple. Otherwise, I'd have to pretend the airplane got canceled again. But it all worked out. You know, do you get competitive?
Oh yeah, I'm like ugly competitive.
Yeah.
I have to like people. I've gotten pretty good at it to where people like enjoy it.
Right.
I know how to balance it, but like I had a lot of lessons where people were like, hey, that's actually not fun.
Oh, wow.
You're making it bad.
I'm not like that, but I do have to have her respect me. She can't win a trivia game on TV 5 games in a row. And how are you going to fuck somebody like that? So I had to catch up, and it worked out. It worked out.
You would be good at I'm surprised. She must be very
She's
trivia.
Do you play those New York Times games on the app?
We play Wordle in my family, but Connections a little bit.
That's my speed. She does the mini crossword, 8 seconds. No exaggeration.
Shit.
I don't know how to type 10 words in 8 seconds.
Shit.
That's smart. She's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
She passed the bar in 2 states.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when I win a trivia game, it's saying something.
I would think you crush in pop culture. Are you weaker in history?
She's good at pop culture too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's like your thing.
I know. That's all I'm known for.
Stick to the law.
Everybody knows that. We did go to a football game. The Panthers were playing. They stink, but they were playing the Bengals. They stink too, so the game was fun. And she gets into it. I was saying the other day how she's one of those people, like when it's third down on the other team, she's banging the chair so the quarterback can't hear the rest of the team. It worked one time where they got to delay a game, and I'm like, okay, I like this. Very, very, I don't know if these are the right words, but she's very low-key, very unassuming, and it's very, very chill. Yeah. So
I've never seen this energy off you, man. It's sweet.
Yeah.
It's teddy bearish.
I like it.
You have this soft underbelly you've been hiding.
Do you ever think when you go from one relationship to another, like you knew the last one, you were in love, then you have a new one, and you're like, did I not know what love is? This doesn't go on until I'm like 85, does it? Yeah. But nothing's been like this.
It's that feeling. They seem you idealize them in the falling in love part, and you almost forget how good that idealization part is, right? You forget that you did that with the other person, right? Because you probably knew them long enough to see that they actually weren't so ideal. You sort of saw the human there.
Maybe. So should I
just
keep
to
it?
enjoy it.
Should I keep it long distance then?
Long distance will make it last really long. I mean, the honeymoon period of my long distance was like 2 years. I thought she was perfect for like 2 years. She knew I wasn't perfect real fast, but for me, golden.
How long is long distance? How far?
It was 5 hours via bus.
Okay.
Yeah, Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that see? Mine's a plane ride, even though planes take half a day. It seems less hassle than a 5-hour car ride. Would you ever spend 5 hours, get there, and some reason the night doesn't work out, and you're like, oh, that fucking now I got to go back 5 hours?
Not really. There was one incident that happened. It's a whole story if you want to get into it.
I love whole stories.
Okay, so what happened?
Those are my favorite kind.
All right, so I'm still working through this. I mean, I'm pretty much processed it, but I have the one that got away in my life, and she had moved to New York, and so I was in this relationship with this woman for years, and then the one who got away and I hung out for 2 days. And this is a girl that I grew up in a very small like Catholic school with like 15 other kids. Right. So from like K to 8, it was me and these motherfuckers, just me and these 15 kids. And I just like this girl awakened my sexuality. Nice. Like I just stared at her all day for years and years and years and years. And I had other crushes and stuff, but she was always kind of like the one in my head. Just, I don't know, it was me and 15 kids. Right. And so I spent this time with her. And then I went to celebrate my girlfriend's birthday. And I just had this feeling of like, I don't love you. I want to be with the one who got away. That's who I want to be with. And so
Did you tell her on her birthday?
Well,
no time like the present.
So
right?
How it played out is I was trying not to bring it up and like hold my composure, but like, I mean, you know me, I kind of wear my shit, I can't hide it. And so at one point, we take her out, we have a nice dinner, we're driving around, we go to a beach town, we have lobster rolls, blah, blah, blah. We go back to her place and she's like jumping on me and she's like, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And I just started sobbing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I felt like I didn't love her. And so and she's like, what are you crying about? And then I told her and I just basically was like, I don't know what it is. I don't feel attracted to you. Cool. So then she starts crying and it's like a whole thing. And I'm like, fuck. And then I was like, hey, well, we actually have to go because I bought a sunset helicopter tour.
Well, you have to go. The down payment's there.
We're like crying on the drive there.
Oh my God.
And then we got in a freaking helicopter and saw the Boston downtown with the sunset. It was the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen.
I'm thinking about an ex that we had some kind of fight. I even forget what it was. Probably stupid. But anyway, then we went to the dinner that we had planned anyway. Just us. But it's like, what? Not to sound cheap, but this is going to come to $100 and we're just not talking. Like this is, and we're eating, but you could barely eat. Like this is stupid. So that helicopter ride couldn't have been a good time.
Well, the helicopter ride paved it over and we ended up having a relationship for a couple of years, but
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, it blew over, but
how do you get past that? How do you get past if my girlfriend told me I'm not attracted to you anymore?
A lot of apologies and understanding.
Do you say you didn't mean it?
I said, no, I said the truth, which is like, look, I think this person has a profound influence on me that is like, oh, bro, it's formative. It's formative. This girl turned on my sexuality. This is not like a normal woman.
Does she say you can't talk to her anymore? Because if this woman could...
yeah, basically that was kind of understood. I had to distance myself from her totally.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't really like, I wasn't acting in a way where I was like trying to go behind her back or something. I think I was just not really attuned to the fact like this person isn't just like some girl I used to know. Like there's obviously a ton of girls. I mean, I've had my ex on the podcast during this relationship. It was no problem. This particular individual is like someone I was like, really had a lot of ideas and emotion toward that I think I've since kind of processed and been like, look, this is what it was. It was formative, but it wasn't like, I've since realized I'm like, I idolized her as a third grader.
Right.
That's not real.
Did you say to her like, hey, me and my ex, I'm not allowed to see you anymore because I'm trying to make it work out. Like, what's that have to do with me? Oh, I alluded that I'm in love with you. Anyways.
I don't know if I was that honest, but yeah, it came across. We didn't speak for several years.
Okay.
So, and then that relationship ended. So
Was she seeing somebody when this
yeah.
happened?
It was never on the table or anything. She didn't do anything inappropriate. It's just like emotionally, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I saw when we were at one of the restaurants in Charlotte, Liz explained to me what the Duke Mayo Bowl is. And Duke is a kind of mayonnaise. They love it there. But it's like, yeah. So Duke sponsors a regular college football game, but the halftime show is mayonnaise eating contest.
No, bro.
I've never seen anything more fucking sick amount. I see a shooting in the head that's like laughable in a movie. I laugh out loud. I'm the only one. This thing grossed me the fuck out.
Gag, bro.
2 hands.
No,
look
stop.
at this.
Not 2 hands.
2 hands
No,
just in a giant jar. And I'm just showing you a picture. I'm seeing video, and I couldn't stop looking away. I'm scrolling for the next one, like,
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
It'd be like in their Gatorade container.
Oh, stop, bro. That's
You can
so
smell the
gross.
eggs.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe
what
that.
the fuck? That's normal.
And I watch it's normal. It seems once a year, and I watch hot dog eating contests. Those are as gross as
What's
you
a
think
good
they are.
score?
But this is staying alive.
How much do you eat?
I'm seeing jars. Now, they do get sloppy and it's dripping all over. Do they measure that and take that away from your jar score?
Yeah, how do
like
they
they do
measure
hot
it?
dogs? I don't know. I only saw highlights.
Oh,
They didn't get into the boring nuances of it. But,
yeah, that's harder than a hot dog to measure.
that's so city. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yesterday, I finally saw separate, but I saw the movie The Joker, speaking about love, him and Harley Quinn. The Joker 2. The Joker with a Folie Deux, which, people now go like, you know what that means, right? It's like, motherfucker, you looked it up like I did too. It means 2 people are crazy at the same time together. They're having the same delusions at the same time. But people like to be like, I always knew that. You didn't always know it. Makes me think of when Roe versus Wade got overturned, and I'm like, I thought that was a fucking fact. And they go, no, it needed codified. You just read that.
yeah.
Really, we all talk about codification.
Yeah, you're an expert now, huh?
You knew it was the law.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie, Joker 2, is criminally bad, and I did love the first one.
It was great.
It was fantastic. And, I guess they figured, how everybody, when they find the Joker the most interesting, when for 2.5 hours he's in jail and doesn't get out at all and doesn't kill anybody. That's the way we love the Joker. I was bored shitless. The music is show tunes, like you might have heard it's a musical or something like that. Huh. It is. And they still talk normal when they talk, but then they go into their delusions where they're on stage and they're all dancing together. And it's these old show tunes, and they do like That's Entertainment like 5 times when the Saints go marching in, like 7. I was by myself, and I rolled my eyes. I caught myself rolling my eyes when another song came. Like, who am I doing that for? Yeah. Nobody. I'm alone. But I'm like, oh my God. It reminded me of Joe Biden coming out during that debate where I'm by myself and I went, oh shit. Out loud. But God damn it.
God.
No Batman, of course, but that would just get in the way. You have to have more show times. And a Harley Quinn that I can't even jerk off to. That's the sickest shit.
Why is that?
It's so boring.
She's just boring.
It's so fucking boring.
Wow.
Are you going to see it? Did you have to, or are you smart enough?
I'll only see like a comic book Marvel movie if like it's like world class. Like I saw, what's the one? Black Panther. I saw Joker.
Okay.
I don't really spring for that I'm kind of a snob, I don't have a good personality, so I have to like be like, I'm better than that.
I can't be better than I have to see every movie ever made, especially every superhero movie, even though this isn't necessarily a superhero movie. But especially if I saw the first one. Like I saw the first Matrix, so I know, so all these other ones are blowing balls. It's a curse. This is my lot in life. It's tough.
Do you feel, so will it mess with you that you saw, like, does the sequel take some heat out of the first one, or you're like, they kind of ruined it for me? Or
it's the way it ends is a big fucking deal that would affect sequels, and it's, even though there's not going to be any of this incarnation. So yeah, it's like, why'd you do this to this great character?
So good.
Why'd you ruin it? It's a shame. It's like, you know what? It's like The Matrix, where the fourth one that came straight to TV. I'm like, he has to learn how to use his powers again? We were already there.
I didn't even know there was a fourth one.
One went straight to TV. I'm like, well, the good stuff is the powers. Now he's like, I don't know. He was stuck in his own head. You remember in the first one, the going down the steps scene. He does the slow motion punch, the David Lee Roth kick in the air. He does this throughout this fucking movie. Where in the first one, that's his transformation going down the steps to a crazy person. This is like, again, he just keeps, I don't know if we're supposed to cheer every time he does it. It was too much. And you know what? It's the same fucking director that did, what's that movie where they all blacked out in Vegas?
Hangover. Yeah.
The first one was great. The other ones, they made that Zach Galifianakis mentally challenged. All of a sudden, he wasn't cute anymore. He's full on drooling and stupid.
Oh, man.
I don't know. This director, I think we got the extended cut up front.
Okay.
Somehow. It did not fucking end. And I think it feels important for me to bitch about it the same way I felt it was important to bitch about Joe Biden looking like a mummy. Because we have to, one's more important than the other, of course, but we can't be playing stupid. Yes, Joe Biden isn't a person anymore. Can we acknowledge it? Just so I don't walk around like I'm nuts. Yeah. If you say you love the Joker 2 and the new way you love the first one, but this one is even better, you're lying. You're lying, and I think the domino effect leads to politics and our day-to-day life, and I don't like it. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why this is so fucking important.
Amen.
God damn it. Somebody said this movie was ass cheeks. This is inner asshole.
Inner. All the way in. Or that skin part that's discolored. That's not good.
Yes. And no bleach is going to wipe that shit out.
That.
You know what I mean?
It can't be unbleached.
Oh, very, very offensive. Do me a favor. Can we do a couple Am I the Assholes? And maybe have something movie related.
I went movie themed today. I'm excited for this one. Especially because now you're like relationship Keith.
Yes.
So cute.
Yeah.
Here we go. AITA.
Okay.
For pretending a movie.
And I'm sorry. And you've been obviously out with the different people when it's a girlfriend. One of my exes, like, she talked back to like strangers on the street that would bump her, and it's like, honey, we're in New York City. It's a fucking pinball game. Do I have to fight everybody?
What would she say?
What are you doing? Move. Shit like that.
Oh,
it's
no.
So I got to fight now, right?
Oh, God. Shut up, lady.
Yeah. And so, Liz is normal, and I enjoy that.
Yeah. I mean, I have the impulse, because in LA, there's not people like this. Nowhere. There's and I've had the thing like, what is this guy doing? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it's just nowhere. He has to walk into me, because that's the only place for him to walk.
I remember this specific woman was coming to my house. I happened to go outside my apartment, happened to see her coming. She didn't see me.
Yeah.
But somebody kind of bumped into her, or almost did. And she made like this face like, and looked back at him and then kept walking. I'm like, I saw that. That's disgusting. Because how do you live? Again, it's New York City. How do you do anything? And I wish I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it.
AITA for Pretending a Movie Trilogy is a TV series to my girlfriend who hates movies.
Oh, that's funny.
My girlfriend hates movies for some reason, but really loves to binge TV shows. She's a big fan of sci-fi and time travel like Doctor Who. Big fan. However, she never heard of Back to the Future.
Huh.
I've tried to watch Looper with her, but she immediately dismissed it because it's a movie.
That's funny. I'm the opposite, though. I'm with TV shows, but to me, that makes more sense.
So since I'm a big fan of Back to the Future, I told her it's a TV series when it came up. I've got the trilogy digitally and spent all night trimming it down to like 40-minute snippets with reasonable points to cut at, like just after the first travel back. I overlaid to be continued and added the credits at the end.
Oh, nice.
She's used to Netflix skipping the intro to show, so I didn't have to bother. The credits were cut short as well. We binged the whole thing in a day, and she loved it, although she complained about some of the episodes' endings because they felt off. Yeah, I wonder why. Anyway, I told her after why it felt off, because it's actually 3 movies and not a TV show, but I'm glad she likes it. She wasn't having it. Called me a liar and an asshole for betraying her like that. She stormed off to go home instead of staying the night as was planned.
Jesus Christ. I'd find that sweet.
I mean, yeah, I kind of did lie.
And you tricked me. You tricked me. I fell for it. I liked it. And you took the fucking time. I think it's sweet. And who cares? What kind of lie is it? You told me.
I think this is a pretty great trick. I mean, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm confused where you stand, but I sort of feel like TV shows don't matter. In other words, movies stand the test of time. We're still watching old movies. Nobody's really watching even some of the classics that you hear about because the TV shows are written in a way that's more topical. It's more pop culture. They don't last.
I know. What's that zombie movie everybody loved? Walking Dead.
Sure.
And I watched the first season. I'm like, oh, you're a TV show. So you're not going to be able to afford zombies all the time. And then I tune in once in a blue moon. I'm like, oh, surprise, another conversation at the family dinner table with no zombies.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. But if you're a movie, you can afford zombies and you're a zombie show. That's the big difference to me. You could tell when they have to do so many episodes. So there's just filler episodes because to make Superman fly again is very expensive. And it's bullshit to me.
So are you with... I'm movie superiority guy.
Yes.
You couldn't do this to me. It wouldn't work. Because what are you going to do? Cut. Well, I guess if you cut a TV show into a movie length, I'd be in.
Right.
You know, make it 2.5 hours then.
Right.
You know, but are you with me generally, or are you going to sit there and watch an old TV show?
I really don't watch. I usually don't watch things multiple times, but no, I'm definitely more into movies than TV shows.
Okay.
And I agree with your point about we don't really rewatch TV shows.
I know.
I don't.
We're watching 2001: A Space Odyssey. We're not watching.
And if people do, like let's say it's Friends or something, they're doing the dishes also. They're doing work at home. They're not watching.
Well, that's a nostalgia watch.
Right.
Nobody's watching Friends. Like it is. It bodes deeply on the themes. It has a timelessness to it.
Right. I think this is sweet. You cut up a movie and she loved it. And maybe you're just embarrassed you got tricked. Like you think he was laughing at you, but he wasn't. He was doing something sweet for you both.
I'll flip this for you because we've covered this. Another way this is played out, usually the genders are flipped. It's like a woman who eats plant-based.
Right.
And then there's like some gruff guy, me, only eat meat. And then she'll be like, yeah, I made pork cutlet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she serves him a plant-based meal. He eats the whole thing, loves it.
Right.
And she goes, actually, what you ate was totally plant-based.
You lied to my body. No, that's sweet. Who cares? You got tricked. Now you know you like vegetables. It's
Exactly.
fine. Yes.
Exactly. Now you know you like crazy movies. Imagine that.
I'm not going to catch her on the phone talking to her friends like, listen to this fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
A real moron I'm dating.
Yeah.
He was eating, he thought he was eating pork.
Yeah.
As I said.
Got him.
Got him.
Reddit agrees. I'd be flattered if someone went through the trouble of episodizing a movie they think I love because they know what my attention span is like. That's a lot of work. I guess I could see why she'd feel like you lied, but I don't really understand her reaction. It would feel more like a good-natured prank to me.
And maybe she just likes a little at a time. I watch movies, actually. I don't mind taking breaks in movies.
Did you actually do that when you said you were going to do that about Oppenheimer?
I have the movie pass. So, and I live like a couple blocks from the theater.
Right.
And I know it used to be 20 minutes. Now ads are 25 minutes exactly. I can time it. I time exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. So when you have a 3-hour movie, that's a fucking half a day event.
That's a lot.
So I live just a couple blocks away. I know how to time it exactly to get into the movie when it starts. And in this case, Oppenheimer, halfway through, I'm like, I'm getting a little fucking bored, but I can tell this is great. So I'm going to stop now.
Yeah.
And then I came back the next day and watched the other half. And this was funny to me that when I came to watch the other half, that's about when everybody has to piss. People start leaving to piss. That's when they drop the bomb. The only fucking thing you care about.
Oh, no. They missed the bomb. All right. We got another one here for you.
Please.
AITA for throwing a piece of popcorn at someone who kept using their phone during a movie. We went to see Dune 2. Highly recommended. They're throwing a review in here.
Okay. I would need 18 breaks for that bullshit, but all right. I hate deserts.
Same.
I hate deserts in movies.
I'm from the desert. I get it. It's not appealing to me.
Mad Max is so amazing because they made it so I wasn't bored in all those deserts. There's so much action.
We'll come back to Mad Max.
Okay.
We might fight about that.
All right.
They're seeing Dune 2 in a VIP theater with comfy seats and table service.
Okay.
You have to be 19 plus because they serve real drinks. Seated 2 rows ahead of us were 3 young women, 19 and 22. They didn't shut up during the previews and spoke loudly to each other throughout the movie. Annoying, but not unique these days. What was incredibly annoying, starting at about 20 minutes into the movie, one of them got on her phone. She was only 2 rows ahead and it was full brightness, so it'd be an understatement to call it distracting. She texted Scrolled Insta, watched TikToks, then put it down. 10 minutes later, the phone again. After the third time, I said quite loudly, put the phone away. She looked back, gave me a look like, shut the fuck up, old man, but put it down. 10 minutes later, again, full brightness.
Also, just say your phone, please. Like, what do you, unless you're trying to start a fight, even if this person's right, of course, they are. But what are you doing? What do you do? Where do you think? Because they're just embarrassed now, like that woman that got mad at the boyfriend because she's embarrassed. That's why she's angry.
So I got a piece of popcorn and threw it at her, hit her on the head. As you can imagine, she turned around. Are you fucking serious
she knows
right
who
now?
did it.
Are
Yeah.
you fucking serious right now? Yeah, I'm serious. Can't you live without your phone for a couple hours? Shh, said someone. Shut up, said someone else. She put it away.
I love that stuff, by the way. If I was in the theater, I would love this.
Would you say shut up?
No, but
I
I
would let it happen.
If I said shut up, I wouldn't then throw things because you know who I am now. God, I wish I could throw my voice. I wish that was a real thing. I'd start fights with the strangers.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That's what ventriloquists need to do. So she puts it away.
Yes.
20 minutes later, again, other piece of popcorn, barely missed, but flew by her face. She put the phone away and it stayed away.
By the way, you said they serve food there, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell the waiter.
Yeah. Nobody stood, nobody clapped, nobody cared, and that might have been the end of it, except after the movie, she quite bluntly said to her friend as we were walking out, looking at me, that's the asshole. telling others about it this morning, I've come to understand the movie etiquette has changed from when I was 20. Back then, of course, no phones, but it was unheard of to engage in behavior that'd be distracting, and when phones appeared 30 years ago, you'd never get on it during the movie, and if you had to, you'd walk out and deal. But these days, it's par for the course. Anyway, if I'm paying $25 per ticket, plus food, plus drinks, plus parking, and a true theater experience, I'd like to enjoy it with what I think is the environment it deserves. Blah, blah, blah. We get it. AITA.
He is, obviously she's an asshole, but was it two women, a man, the thrower? Regardless, the person who threw the popcorn's a fucking dumb idiot that's only escalating it. If he thinks she's ruining the show, then he's ruining the show also for other people.
Yeah.
Get some balls. Go up to the woman then.
Yeah.
But what are you doing? Throwing shit.
Well, I want to bounce this off you. Yes. So he said something aggressive, right? What did he say? He said, get off your fucking phone. What did he say?
That sounds right.
You corrected it and you said, ma'am, your phone, please.
Yes. Please, your phone, please. That's how I would say it. Your phone, please.
That seems very reasonable. I guess I'm just curious what you think of this. I'm a big fan of, like, in conflict, always focusing on you. Don't make it about the other person. So instead of even saying that, just say, like, hey, I can't focus on the movie because your phone is so bright. And you
don't need so many words, but yes.
Well, no, but I'm saying to go up to her.
Yeah,
to go up to her.
If you're going to throw popcorn, what the fuck are you doing? That's a move.
But, so you don't like what I said, though? You don't think that might be even more effective?
No, I think you're right.
I'm not even using the word your. I'm not making it about her, which will just make her feel more.
I'm good with yours. I just can't picture walking over.
Yeah,
but I can picture just shouting that once, but it's not going to turn it. But again,
just
tell the fucking waiter. They come over to you anyway.
Just tell on them.
You don't have to leave the theater. You don't have to make it. And you already shouted, but you don't have to be clear that it's you. I wouldn't be clear that it's. It'd be like if you really had a noise complaint in your apartment building. I'd be careful about calling the police because somehow the police always rat you out. The neighbor, and then you live with that neighbor forever. Don't draw so much attention to you. I was with Hemda years ago, and we saw the movie Dark Blue, a Kurt Russell movie. It's not that good, and it's about what's going on in L.A. during the escalation and then the Rodney King riots.
Right.
And the theater's all but empty, and a guy by himself was snoring, and it was really ruining the fucking movie. And
I've never seen that.
And I took a penny and I threw it across the theater, and it hit him. And I think I did it twice. And then I did it later again. But I'm not shouting. You're not going to really know where the penny's from necessarily.
No, that's brilliant.
But yeah, I did it twice because the second time, a couple rows back were his buddies. For whatever reason, not sitting with him. Maybe they moved when he started snoring. I don't know. But it's like, what, motherfucker? And then I could tell they're black. The movie's about Rodney King. It does bring up a lot of fucking tense race shit in real life in that theater. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then we start leaving. They start following us like it's going to be a big fucking deal. And then we kind of like ran to the car and left. But yes, you
Oh,
throw
so they
something,
did track the
something could
penny.
happen. They started following us.
They figured out.
They figured
out who the penny
on
thrower
on the
was.
second one. They saw where it was coming.
I was gonna
from.
say penny throwing is a pretty good little like subtle.
I got a good hit,
stealth attack.
but the first time he was hit, he stopped, then snorted, then started snoring again, and then I tried again. And I thought I knew there were other people in the theater, but I thought they'd be on my side too. I didn't know they were obviously knew each other.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like people are doing something that's blatantly disrespectful, ruining the experience for everyone else. And then it's like you're trying to solve it. And then for some reason, people will turn on you. It's like bullshit.
Yeah. People love the fake, like, I never. Like, they do want somebody to go, hey, shut up with the phone. But then you do it. And it's like, whoa, easy.
Don't tell them to shut up.
Yeah. Almost like when you see a heckler will heckle and they want the comic to shut it down. Then the comic shuts it down. It's like, well, you didn't have to be that rude about it. And like, you pussy, you didn't do anything and you're welcome. And this is all exciting anyways.
We're having fun.
It's a bonus.
Come on.
Everybody with their fucking bullshit lines. Did you see Frankie Valli from the Four Seasons? Not that that was our music or anything, but do you see online what's going on right now?
No.
He still comes out, Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli.
And not that you would recognize him, but he looks
okay.
like the Crypt Keeper
like,
now.
He's scary.
He comes out. Their songs are like "Big Girls Don't Cry," "Walk Like a Man," "Talk Like
classic.
classic. But he comes out and he's like,
Oh,
but
no.
they put in the music. They have him going, "Talk like a man." He's like, and everybody's like, he's still got it. You weird liar. That's why Trump's a person. Because you just lie about dumb
pretending.
shit. What are you doing?
So he's like not even really lip syncing.
He doesn't know where he is.
Oh God, Frankie
Big girls
Valli.
don't cry.
I think there's a thing of like just old men not willing to put it hang it up, man. It's over. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I hope you've been podcasting what 20 years, forever. You gonna hang it up at a point, or you gonna not stop?
I think if I looked like Biden or Frankie Valli or sounded like him either, I think I'd be okay being done. I think I'm doing a disservice to a legacy.
Right?
Yes.
Like it gets to a point where like, no, don't do that. Don't run into. It's like making a Joker sequel.
Yes.
You got to know when to stop.
Doesn't sound like he wanted to make it. I don't know what he was doing. He was fucking us. He's the villain, this director. And when you don't admit this stupid little shit, you're then gonna, again, it's gonna escalate where you don't admit to real shit, like Donald Trump saying, quote, if you had one day, one real rough, nasty day that these cops can take care of criminals, just one very violent day, crime will end immediately. He's talking about a purge for cops, and we got to be like, he has a point. He does not have a point. That'd be insane.
The premise of a very compelling movie series, which speaking of sequels, how many The Purge got?
I've seen them all, like 5 at least.
5?
Yeah.
That's so many. The man, I mean, you got to give him credit though. He says
it's
shit.
Working.
And it people can't stop talking about it.
Because we say that the Joker 2 was good.
Yeah.
You didn't make it. It could be bad.
Let it be bad.
You could have wasted your time. That's okay.
Frankie Valli liked it.
Wow. His review was like
Just good.
Trump's like, people can't afford eggs, but you can buy his shoes, watches, virtual trading cards, cryptocurrency,
His Bible.
His Bible, the American Bible.
American Bible.
The American
Finally.
Bible. No joke. It starts with the Constitution, then it's the Bible.
$60, just the way Jesus intended.
Did you hear Rosanne Barr being pro-Trump, talking about how Democrats are legit eating and raping children like vampires?
Oh, wow.
This is a quote.
We're really going for it now.
You know they eat babies. That is not Roseanne Barr. That is not bullshit. It's true. But I've said this before, but these Republicans that think Democrats are really eating newborn babies, that we really are doing abortions after birth, they're really not angry enough.
Yeah,
I'd be a little angrier if I'm having toddlers
If
too.
you actually thought that, please show up to where that's happening.
And don't get me started on taxes either. But shit. All right, Roseanne Barr. You know they eat babies. This is not bullshit. It's true. So it's not just the dogs and cats, not just the pets. Even J.D. Vance said he made that up to get attention. It's not just the dogs and cats, not just the pets. It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. he's talking to Tucker Carlson, who starts going, no joke, goes, well, you've been in Hollywood more than me, so you must know. Like, he's calling her crazy. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy. But I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh, and they drink human blood. She's not joking. She's not being sarcastic. So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from these cults, and they've covered it all up. I just pray to God that he, meaning God, opens everybody's eyes in this country. By the time we go in to vote for Trump, that he, God, will open up everybody's eyes, and they will stop pretending to be asleep. Please, well, God has a plan, let him do it. Please wake up, even though those who are pretending to be asleep, with the irrefutable truth of what the worst people on the planet are really up to. There are so many victims. The epidemic in America is child sexual abuse, and I want to see, by the way, name some people. You've seen it.
Name some names.
So name names. Help stop it. Please wake up, even though those are pretending to be asleep, with the irrefutable truth. There are so many victims. The epidemic in America is child sexual abuse, and I just want people to see it. I want people to open up their eyes and see how prevalent and horrible it is. It's just horrible, and I just can't lie it away anymore. It's going to be more and more apparent, and you got to choose your side. Are you pro-vampires, Danny? Are you anti-kids getting eaten?
I believe anybody who assures me it's not bullshit. This is the truth. It's not bullshit. This is the truth. Well, I mean, you can't just say that. It must be true then, Keith.
I understand, like, you got these other people, like, these canceling tours. 5 people get together and they go on, like, one tour together. Like, we are the comedians that all got canceled.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. is going to be performing with the Rosanne Barr. And it's like, you don't look at each other and being like, well, this person's a fucking weirdo. How do they all get along? Did you see Trump with Vladimir, is it Zelensky? What's his name?
The Ukraine guy?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Zelensky. And he was talking to Trump, getting on both sides he talked to, try to get the support from Americans for the Ukraine war. And Zelensky said something to the effect of, we need help with this war, and it's getting too crazy, and hopefully people see that our side is right because of whatever. And Trump goes, well, it takes 2 to tango. Russia invading Ukraine. It takes 2 to tango.
Yeah, I don't really think that applies there. Dongle.
That Russia has a fucking point, and that
takes 2 to tango.
He does want to be pals with them. Like, hey, easy. What did you say?
Yeah, I don't think this was a one-night stand. Right. I think this was something slightly different.
He was talking about how he knows, he understands everything. Trump,
he really
the best
does.
at taxes, the best
Absolutely.
at immigration,
Absolutely.
the best at guns. And he brought up the AR-15 during all these school shootings and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he goes, I know the MK-47s. I know that gun very well. I've become an expert on guns. The MK-47.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There isn't one.
There's the AK, that was the old one.
Yes.
And the B, C, D, E. By the time they got the M.
You'll see. Woo! There's stuff you don't even know about.
That was great.
Bikers for Trump, the organization changed its name to Bikers for America. So if you lose an organization called Bikers for Trump, that feels like a big deal. That makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There we go. We're losing the guys. The Harley boys
right.
are out.
Rudy Giuliani, his daughter, just endorsed Kamala. That's exciting.
Oh,
so we'll see. But I see these polls that are 50-50, and it does concern me.
What if they do that to juice it up? Not to go conspiracy theory, but
they could be
right.
But elections are almost always about 50-50. When they go, Hillary won by 3 million votes, I'm like, yeah, out of 60, that's not a lot. It's weird. Yeah, it's fucking weird. But I think people are so simple that the leadership does matter. I compared it to. So when you had Trump as president, and then now when it looks like he's going to have more power, the Nazis are coming out more.
Yeah.
And the hate is ramping up. I see it in New York City. It's like when I was a waiter and you had a cool manager. The fellow waiters were cool. When we had a dickhead manager, I'd have a fellow waiter that would turn me in for breaking a glass by accident.
Yep.
A water glass, and be like, you have to pay $6 wholesale for that, or retail even. And it's like, what? Nobody saw it but you. It's like, yeah, but there's a vibe in the room where I got to be an asshole too. So if you don't have Trump in charge, people do calm down with their Nazi shit and all the and all the racial hate a little bit. And that's why it's so important. So yeah, I do think it's legit 50-50 now, but I do think it could immediately change based on who wins.
I'm a believer in it. It comes from the top. It comes from the top, and I have a hot take for you though, because I think we're kind of talking about like, how is it 50-50? Like, who are these people? They're apparently half of all the people around. Now, obviously, we're on the coast, so it's a little bit leaning one way or the other. But you know what I was thinking about? The top podcasts are always conservative, right? Or kind of like right-leaning. And when I was a kid, it was like Rush Limbaugh, and they always dominated the airwaves. You know, radio was classically, it was conservative talk radio. You know, what is up with the conservative? They don't want to read.
They don't want to read?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything to that? That was my thought. I was like, yeah, conservatives want to listen, and it's always been this thing of it's like it's rage bait. I mean, that's the same. They've been playing the same fiddle for years and years, right? It's like Rosanne is saying this insane. It's rage bait. You know, it's crazy, but it's like it works. It must work. It does work.
I guess it does. Yeah, it's fucking scary. And I say that even though I'm on a coast, I'm going out to vote, even though I know what New York City, because we know what happens. We know what's going to be challenged. You have to make it so fucking overwhelming. So yeah, show up. And I mentioned this before. Some people laugh at it, but I think voting's fun. First of all, you get off work. That's legal. They have to still pay you. And to me, it's fun to see is the old lady at the door. Is she asleep? Yay. That's kind of fun to me.
Yeah.
What is the vibe in the room? What buttons are people wearing? Throw a penny at her. It's a good time. I like. And then you get home and you're watching on TV and you're like, I'm part of that.
Yeah.
It's like, you get into sports, get into this for a day. It's exciting. Like, and fuck him. Jesus Christ. You got Elon Musk supporting Trump.
Oh, man.
He has Dogecoin. I have Dogecoin. He keeps putting up this meme that Doge stands for Department of Government Efficiency, and that he'll get in there and he'll clean the swamp too.
One of the most corrupt individuals.
I hope he's not fucking with my dog money. Man, I get so nervous when he says dumb shit.
With your man,
I have Doge. It's like
I think he owns like a sizable percentage of it, so he has an interest in making it more valuable.
Meanwhile, he's another person fucking things up like Trump. X, formerly known as Twitter, is now worth nearly 80% less than when he bought it in 2022.
That's what's going to happen to your Doge.
Right, because he lets this hate speech go on, and advertisers are going, well, I don't want an ad right after hate speech.
Yeah.
So we're not going to advertise with you. He tries to prove that's against the law somehow. What? But yes, down 80%. That's not good efficiency.
It's not. I think I actually have a lot of respect for Elon Musk because, for one, I could never quit Twitter. It was my favorite social media platform. I was addicted to it. I loved it. And he just kept saying shit and making it worse. And I just don't like him. And so I finally quit Twitter.
Good for you.
Then there's this other narrative, the meritocracy narrative, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Right. But on the other side of it, really, it's that the people who are most rich and most powerful are most competent. How do you refute something like that, right? It's built into us. You meet someone and they got a nice car or whatever, you go, oh man, this guy must be doing something right. But then here's Elon, and he did it for us. Right. He buys Twitter. He's got more money, more resources than everybody. What does he do? Tank the fucking thing. Thanks for proving it wrong, man. Now we know you can actually have all the money and all the capital and be a straight up fucking idiot.
Hey, you know that clever thing that actually gets people on Twitter, which was a cute blue bird?
Yeah.
Right? The cute background.
Branding doesn't matter.
We're making a tweet. Your branding is black and evil and an X like you're a fucking child.
You idiot. 80% down. I mean, that's not a mistake. That's hundreds of mistakes. Botch after botch after botch.
Fucking Jesus Christ. I didn't know I'd get it to money, but I guess I'm in FiDi, so I couldn't help myself.
In FiDi.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to FiDi, baby.
How long are you in New York for?
I'm here till the 13th, and she's giving me some beautiful weather, walking around, seeing the thing.
All right.
Holy smokes.
All right.
Yeah.
Where you want to go? You want to get some lunch or something?
I'd love to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about how happy you are. It's shocking.
It's shocking. It's fucking crazy.
Are your listeners shocked with me, or have they been through other Keith happy periods?
They've been into different love periods. I think it's pretty clear to me this is beyond.
Wow.
And I can tell they're happy for me.
That's so cute.
So that's fine.
I love that.
What else should the audience know?
Well, please listen to AITA Pod.
Big fan.
Yeah, we're actually putting out near Keith and the Girl levels. I mean, you're doing 3 a week.
Yeah, about, yeah.
So now Shannon and I are doing separate episodes. And now we have an episode coming out Monday, episode coming out Wednesday. You know, Shannon's got her own vibe. I've got my own vibe. And
You like that? Just less hassle?
I do. Yeah, I do. I don't have to drive to the west side of LA, which to convert that to New York, that'd be like going to Staten Island or something, people. That's crazy. I'm not getting on a ferry.
Oh, Staten
What's that?
Oh, you don't know that?
Stat Eye?
Yeah.
Stat Eye? Yeah, I'm going to Stat Eye.
Kind of status.
AITA Pod, and yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to do an episode now, so we'll have Keith on.
Duh.
Love it.
Yeah, I got opinions. Thanks for listening, KeithAndTheGirl.com. I mentioned this. If you support, let's say, Red Cross, AmeriCares, any of these legit places that are helping with Hurricane Helene, send me your receipt. I'll give you that much money free and Keith and the Girl VIP. All right? Info at KeithAndTheGirl.com. Take a look around. Keith and the Girl VIP is great. It's every show we've ever done in 2 decades. And the spinoff episodes last week on Keith and the Girl, we discussed behind the scenes. What did this house I'm in look like? Was Danny an asshole over lunch? We'll get to the bottom of all that. And then, of course, Newsy Show, where we go over the pick a specific day, and what do we say each year on that day? And we have to justify it or, go over does history repeat itself? And that's a lot of fun. So we record those also. That's in your VIP package. And we just talked to B. Jason the other day, and he reminded me about beginnings. If you have KeithAndTheGirl.com/app, he put together kind of the way that guy edited the movie. He took different sections from different shows so that each episode tells a full story. Does that make sense? Like one episode is me getting a job actually in FiDi, being a secretary for a big place, and so it's me getting the job, me having hassle with a coworker, and then me quitting the job in a dramatic way. And you put all that together. So beginnings is in your VIP app. And I think you'll like it. All right. Danny, thank you so much for your time.
Always a blast.
That's it. Thanks.